So here's the thing, guys. Normally I like to give a bit of an introduction before we start these. I like to keep you guys on your toes. I like to start you guessing on what's going to come up next. But our next guest has been spoiling the fact that they are going to be showing up playing their class as themselves for the last 2 hours straight. So without any introduction, here is MYOPIC with the ILLIUM interview. You did it to yourself, buddy. Why are there two of you?
Okay. Long story short, my microphone died, so I'm on my phone right now. But that's why I'm using my desktop and my phone. I apologize. I'm trying my best, okay, bro? I'm a broke college student. Let me live, okay?
Okay, we can work with this. We can work with this. We can work with this. Okay, let's start off by doing the cool shit showcase.
Okay.
I'm sure this class has like quite a bit of cool shit to show off. Is this not like literally the #1 pick on okay, maybe other than Bowmaster, is this not like the #1 pick on Challenge World? Like, I swear everyone is re-rolling this class because it's so strong, or it's like becoming so strong in an upcoming patch.
It's at least top 3, like minimum top 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, this class is so strong. Yeah, I'd argue it's a top 5 class on a dummy BA, even just like generically.
Okay. Yeah.
But in an actual boss, I think there's not a single class that does more damage generically.
Yeah. Okay.
But okay, I'll do some cool stuff here really quickly. So,
okay.
Have you seen BM before?
Yes, I've done Black Mage, I've done Saren, and that's as far as I've gone.
All right, perfect. So, in P1, you know how you have to like jump up and blink and bind and do all the fancy stuff, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So this class is the only class in the game that can do a non-committal P1 burst without any need for like anything else. So I'm gonna go up and wing. I'm just gonna sit here. And there's nothing they can do. They can never hit me, ever.
Okay.
So, yeah, I can just sit here like the entire time, period. And then, yeah, so this class is super good at doing BM solos. This class is actually probably the best solo class in the game by far and away. And then when I fall down, I bind them. And then I can just burst like DPM out, right? I don't have to pop any buffs. I can literally just whack this thing, and it cannot stop me from doing anything like I want to.
Okay.
And then it's also got crazy mobility because it's a TP class. So I can TP and move. Now, yeah, everyone calls this a mosquito class. It is it looks like a mosquito.
Yep.
It has the best mobility in the game. So, like, yeah, I guess I'll do a little bit of BM here just to show you, I guess, how the mobility works in this class. Because it quite literally is unlimited, right? So if I want to, like just do, like, figure eights on this guy, and, just, like, whatever I want. Like, literally whatever I want, right?
Okay.
So it's infinite mobility. It's got healing in his kit. It's got damage on his kit. It's got support capabilities. It's got just about like everything you can possibly think of that you want in a class.
Wait, you were flying for so long there.
It's 20 seconds generically, and 30 seconds with my origin. So
okay.
I can literally just like, and then I have a passive fly right here. I can just fly her up like this. I can hold my blink from the fly as well. Yeah. And I can take my teleporter as well. So yes, I have a teleporter too.
Okay.
So I want to show you this one thing as well before I explain it, as patterns come here. But ILLIUM's party support is also some of the best in the game because of how reliable it is. Oh, yeah. It's a bad pattern. Okay, I can sit here for 10 seconds for my entire party.
Yeah. And
give them an iframe. I can just sit here, and get the full burst off no matter what every single time.
Yeah, that yellow thing around you.
Yep. And so, the class is just inherently just really strong. It's got basically everything you want in the kit. Oh, I can also move during my iframe.
Okay.
I can also heal through Black Curse. So I'm going to hit my Black Curse here, pop my heal now. So if I get chained here, where is it? I can start healing here. So I can heal through Black Curse and everything like that. This also applies a 65 attack buff to the party. It's about 4 FD or so, give or take.
Okay.
So the class is just a full kit of just optimized bossing stuff.
Yeah.
And then stuff like, if I can go to Saren here, for example. Have you seen Saren as well?
Yeah, I've done Saren.
Okay, hold on here. If you give me a second here really quickly, I can show you something else, which is that this class, because it can fly for 20 seconds, I can cheese just about any boss that's, does not have an air attack. So I'll just go into, prac mode here, for example.
Okay.
And, bro, why is everyone telling me to ban? Oh, come on. I'm trying my best, guys.
They want you banned because
so-
it's too strong.
Yeah, no, everyone calls me a mosquito class for that. All right, here, let's see. Wait, is this hard or normal? Oh, this is hard. Fuck. Okay, 1 second. Wait, hold on. I gotta kill this thing. But like, notice how the mobility is really fast. I can basically instant react to anything here.
Yeah.
I can go up. She can't like ever attack me, right? I can just like, I can do figure eights. I can jerk it. You know, like I can do anything I want. And then, it also has the ability to do this thing here, which is I'll make her do attack this. She can do that. I can do this. I can TP blink across the map and dodge all that. So there's that. So this class is just really, really, really flexible. And then when we go into P2, this is why ILLIUM, I think, if you want to do a Legion champion for this class, is also incredibly good because of how fast it is at clearing like H Saren, specifically. And so I'll demonstrate that here.
Okay.
So because my burst H Saren doesn't ever iframe or teleport, that means my burst, I can just bind her like this. I can literally just bind her, right? And just DPM and charge. And that never has to. I never have to like do anything about it. Oh shit, that was chill troll. All right, oh well. But oh my god. So I never have to do that. And then when I fly up, I can just chill here, and she can never hit me ever again, ever.
Oh, okay.
So I literally just sit here for 20 seconds, and it's like, you know, I'm playing with one hand right now, so like.
And all you really have to worry about is like the big orange beams.
Yeah, that's it. And I have infinite mobility, right? So I can like go up here, and also this attack is like. It's homing, right? So I can hit her from here, right? And then I can Jenny here and then keep charging. And then let's say, oh shoot, my Jenny's about to run out here. Are you aware of what Jenny does?
Yep.
And then I can iframe myself here because I don't need it to burst. So it's another 20 seconds of iframe. And then, oh shoot, my charge is almost done. I don't have attack speed on here right now, but oh shoot, charge is almost done. I'm just gonna go battery. I'm gonna go into wings here. Another 20 seconds of iframe. She can't do anything about it. And so this class is just crazy. Like this class is crazy at doing min cut for bosses. Kalos, you haven't seen that one, right?
No, I haven't seen Kalos yet.
Okay. But Kalos is notorious for being like kind of hard to hit from all angles. ILLIUM can hit Kalos from the front, from the back, and any angle.
Okay.
So this class is just like that's just some cool stuff that's generic on this class.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like one of the best, I think, if not the best. Solo bosser in the game.
It looks insane. It looks insane. Okay, before we get into like the specifics of all the stuff that's going on with the class, do you want to give like a little introduction of yourself first and like what you've accomplished in Maple, how long you've been playing, maybe what got you into it?
Sure. So, hey all, I'm MYOPIC or Eminent Wings. I don't really have the craziest resume as I'm still like relatively new. Technically, I started in Hyperion when it released, so about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
But I've done about just as much prog as you can reasonably do in a year and a half. So I clear H Calling. I'm starting H Limbo, or I almost cleared H Limbo. I've almost done X Kalos. I've been the first clear in Hyperion as an ILLIUM for just about every boss. So X Lotus solo, H Saren solo, so on and so forth. And then I worked really closely with Zoltan. So this is previously called Dassault. On like optimizing my ILLIUM gameplay. He like straight away, by the way, noticed like this like full glaze. Dassault is the best ILLIUM. It's like 3 a.m. for him, so he can't do this. But I worked with him to make sure that my interview is as good as possible because I don't want to disappoint him.
Okay.
Oh, that's my goat, by the way.
Okay.
But and I also helped pioneer the 2-minute ILLIUM rotation, and so on and so forth.
Okay.
So I don't have like the craziest like start date or like legacy and all that, but I definitely know my class and I've definitely done as much as I can on it.
Yeah, I can hear the passion. We're good. That's all I really cared about. That's all I cared about. Okay, tell me about. Let's just get started then. Tell me about this class's damage. I heard that you can play as a 2-minute burst or a 3-minute burst. Maybe you can tell me about that first.
Okay. Do you mind if I back up just a second here? Because I do want to give a bit of a disclaimer about this class.
Sure.
So I'm gonna talk about this really quickly as to why like everyone started re-rolling this class into Challenger World.
Yep.
But it wasn't played before. So ILLIUM as a class like was so bad before 6th job release. Like you would brick yourself before like when you bursted. Like when you bursted, you couldn't play the game for like a while. This was buggy. Like our damage was really dog shit. It was just really, really bad overall. And then it started getting incremental buffs over time. And now it's just like one of the best classes in the game. It's got like all like its clunk removed and like only like the good stuff that's left.
Okay.
But there's also quite a few things about this class that make it inherently unattractive to a few people. So just for all the people who are watching here, it's a gauge class. So this is my gauge right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to play around the gauge. It's also a summons class. If you see my boy right here floating around,
Yep.
that's a summons class. So I have to maintain it. I also have to maintain this summon, this summon, and I have to maintain that summon right there. I don't think like this. So I have to maintain like a bunch of these summons, and this one technically too, right? So I have to maintain like hella summons.
Okay.
I'm actually gonna turn my graphics up. So that's already a big turnoff for a lot of people, right? Because like the micromanaging of the class is a lot. It's also a DPM class. So like a lot of people like really like getting that like big fat chunk off, like make you feel like you're doing damage. ILLIUM doesn't have that big chunk. If you look at the full BAs, it's about 42% burst, about 58% off burst.
Okay.
So it's very consistent damage. It's just not. It's not like that chunky like thing, if that makes sense.
Okay.
And then playing this class requires a lot of brain power too. And people might disagree with me on this for now, but I can promise you it does. And that's specifically because of this skill, Crystalline Spirits, and this skill called Flash Battery. I'll talk more about that when we get there, because there's a lot to do.
Okay.
And then the last bit is that this class, or there's two more things. This class is super clunky to play because, for example, if I need to DPS a boss, like if you DPS a boss, you should like press your skill and you can flash jump away, right?
Mm-hmm.
For me to DPS a boss, I have to press my javelin, press my orb, TP, move the ball, like directional input, javelin, orb, and repeat. So that's a 5-button sequence I have to press every single time I'm like fighting the boss.
Yeah.
So I'm weaving 5 buttons at the same time right now. I'm not sure if you can hear my keyboard, but it's really clunky to play, and it's also really, really hard to play in Monster Park, which people don't like about it. And then when 6 job releases, it's actually a 6-button because I have to weave this skill called Longinus Spear right there. That skill right there.
Okay.
So it's a lot of clunk when it comes to that. And then the last bit is that this class is pay to win. You do need to buy exit lag because this class is ping dependent. So it's up to like 10 FD, just like lost straight up, if you don't have exit lag.
Okay.
So that's that. And then for the 2-minute and 3-minute. So ILLIUM has 2 3-minute cooldowns, or 3 3-minute cooldowns. It's got its Crystalline Bulwark, which is an iframe. It's got Ignition, which is our primary burst skill, but this only does about 5.5% of the BA. And it's got Templar Knight, which this does only 3.3% of the BA. So our burst skills barely do much damage. And so we actually rely on our 2-minute buffs. So specifically, Grandest Goddess Blessing. This skill gives us 1,400 attack. And so it's like a huge amount of FD. And then because we're a DPM class, we can abuse this really, really, really well.
Okay.
So yeah, and so we can flex to 3 minutes. So if we have a 3-minute person in our party that needs this skill to like burst properly, we can just pop it for them. But realistically speaking, we play super flexibly. 3-minute, 2-minute, like anything works as needed. 2-minute does do more damage, but it's not like, how should I put it? It's not like the craziest amount.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so do you want to show off the burst real quick and just talk about like what you're doing during the burst?
Sure. Do you want me to go into Saren here, or do you want me to go into like a dummy, and I can do the dummy?
Yeah, go to a dummy so we don't have to worry about like watching all the other extra stuff happening.
Sure. Let's go back to Carcion here. Okay. Okay. So, would you like me to just do the full burst setup?
Yeah, just show off the burst.
Okay. Where's the dude? Okay. Oh shit! I'm gonna make it full HP. Oh yeah. Okay. So the full burst setup is you're gonna load in, and when you preload here, you can drop down the Crystalline Spirit.
Okay.
So you drop down Crystalline Spirit. You drop down Gate. So this gives you a buff right here. It attacks. You drop down you pop your buff sequencer. You drop your TK down, and then you go into Origin right here.
Okay.
And then once your Origin goes off, you wait until Con procs again, and then you Wing Beat, which is this skill right here, and then you ignition. There used to be a bug where this ignition and origin would not proc together, but that's been resolved since then, so feel free to do it. And then you just sit here and you javelin, and that's literally it.
Okay.
So the burst isn't like not the craziest button. Basically, you press all your buttons, you go into wings, and you just start ripping on the boss. And then when you land, you press your battery, you recharge, you can fly up again, you can pop your wing beat again, and you just sit here and just chill.
Yeah.
You weave spear if you want here, which is this skill in wings. And that's about it. The burst is not the craziest part about this class.
Okay.
I'd give the burst, it's very mid actually, to say the least.
Yeah? Like straight mid, like B mid?
I would actually give it a B tier, yeah. I think the burst is actually quite mid. In respect to every other part of the kit, it's a B tier.
Yeah? Okay.
Like by ratio, I think.
And compared to other
classes
and stuff as well, if you take that into consideration?
I think, yeah, as well, because it's not a burst class. But
yeah,
the off burst, it more than makes up for it, to say the least.
Okay. So the burst, for the most part, is you, like, hitting your cooldowns and then hitting a couple skills, like waiting for your comp proc to hit a couple skills inside of that, and then just kind of holding your normal attack. Javelin?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Now, I also want to talk a little bit about the Crystalline Spirit. So I will talk about the skill in just about every single section. So this skill's got a lot of text on it, but the basic summary is that when you press the skill, it creates a copy of the crystal. Now, I'm going to talk about it in the
what's the crystal?
Okay. So, hold on. Let me turn my graphics up here so you can see it.
Sure, yeah.
Can you see it? So it's this thing right here. Can you see the kind of...
Okay, yeah, the blue orb?
Spirit. Yeah, the blue orb. And then do you see my ball right here?
Yep.
So that's a fake crystal here. So when I throw my javelin at my ball, for example, right? It'll bounce and ricochet between my ball and the fake ball.
Oh, okay.
And so, also, I guess I'll note as well, when you see this right here, like the kind of like glowing like circles, those are called reactions.
Yep.
And that's also another part of our burst in BA.
Okay.
So I will go so the crystalline spirits, just in a burst context, is that you can have up to 2 out to use correctly before a burst. So let me explain that a bit more. So whenever I go into my winged form, I consume all my crystalline spirits.
Okay.
And each crystalline spirit that I consume grants me up to 50 boss damage. So when I go into a burst mode, I have up to 100 extra boss damage if I cycle my crystalline spirits correctly.
Okay.
My crystalline spirits are a bit hard to manage, and this is why I say the class takes a bit of brain power, is because this has 2 charges, and it takes 20-second cooldown, and the summon itself is 30 seconds. So learning how to stagger that. So basically, I want to burn up at least 2 crystals every single time I go into wings, while also having them alive here, so I can like DPS with them.
Yep. Is
essential for the class. So you have to be aware of like how fast I can charge here, right? So I guess another feature I should talk about on ILLIUM is that the gauge here is dependent on me attacking this ball, right?
Yep.
So the more I attack, the faster I charge. If I don't attack, I don't charge. So I need to constantly be attacking. And so I need to be like aware of, saying, hey, I can fully fill my gauge up here. So I'm gonna pop my crystalline spirits, and then I can wait to countdown. So notice that it's 30 seconds. The buff is also 30 seconds, but my wings is only 20 seconds. So I need to make an interval where this goes to my 20 seconds, and this goes to 20 seconds as well.
Okay.
And then I would have 2 crystals back up for my next wing sequence.
Okay, it makes sense. It's a lot of math, but it makes sense.
All right. So there's that. So the burst is it's B tier. I fully stand by the fact that the burst is B tier.
Okay.
The only advantage is that you're basically guaranteed safe during the burst. You can never die during burst realistically. And a lot of classes have like a key down skill that they really dislike, or they need Genesis iframe to go through. But I can iframe myself and then ignition still. So on paper, my key down skill doesn't even put me at any risk at all.
Okay. All right, that's fair. That's fair. We'll take it. Okay, do you want to talk about like the DPM? Do you want to get into that?
Yes. Okay. So this class is primarily a DPM class. I'm going to quickly talk about the things that you have to consider when you're doing a DPM.
Okay.
So there's a lot of things you have to think about when you're DPMing. So you have to think about the fake crystal count, so how many you have on the field, as well as in your storage. You have to think about the fake crystal cooldown, so if you have it on cooldown, how it syncs up.
Okay.
You need to think about the current summon duration, so how much time is left on it. So for example, if I'm DPMing here, and then I summon one now, and then I keep DPMing.
Yep.
This will run out 30 seconds, right? If I don't charge fast enough before I go into my wings. So I just lose 50 boss right there.
Okay.
Just straight up 50 boss. So I have to keep this in attention. I have to think about my 3-minute skills. So this skill, and this skill. I have to think about all those to like sync up.
Okay.
I have to think about managing my battery. This skill right here is like one of the most important skills on ILLIUM and makes it a 2-minute class, or lets it be a very flexible 2-minute class, because this skill can get CD skipped, which is in my IA. So when you play this class, you can play a 3-minute standard. But once this CD skips, you have to be like intelligent enough and be aware of like how much time you have left to fully charge and go again with the flash battery. You have to be aware of javelin stacks, which is this thing right here. And so I guess I'll talk a bit about that now. I'm sorry I'm like yapping so much and so fast.
No, it's okay.
There's so much to talk about in this class. Yeah. But the javelin stacks right here, right? When you see it's 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. You see how it kind of goes into like a crown shape? It's triple javelin.
Okay.
When I throw this triple javelin, you see my gauge just spiked up right there?
Yep.
So I need to be aware of when I'm charging that when this hits 30, so I don't miss that javelin, or most importantly, that I don't overcharge, right? So if I'm like 30, if I have 30 javelin and I'm like right here, like I don't need to like throw that 30 javelin out. So I can technically spear out. I don't have to like Giga Greed. Or I can do this thing called slow charging, where instead of just spamming my javelin and my orb as much as possible, I can actually throw my javelin and then use my orb as a reaction timer setter.
Okay.
Like that. So I wait for the reaction to go off, and then I would pop my orb again.
Okay.
So on and so forth. You have to be aware of the gauge state. So once again, this thing right here. You have to be aware of AB cooldown, because our class is a big DPM class. I pop my AB off cooldown, and since I have CD skip, I will CD skip AB a lot, which is just generically good. And then I have to be aware of the gate buff, which is this right here. I mentioned that this skill gives me a buff. It does. Yep. It's like about 65 attack, and then I can also take this gate, by the way. So some bosses I need to like TP around, like calling or something like that. I can TP around through the gate, so I have to be aware of the position of it. I have to check now with new masteries. I have to do the spear cooldown, so I have to make sure that this is being pressed off cooldown, because it does more damage. And then, most importantly, this can CD skip too, so I have to be aware of the CD skip if this happens. And then I have to check for my con timer as well. So there's a lot of things you have to keep in mind when you're going into the DPM of this class.
Okay.
And no, chat, I'm not overcomplicating it. If someone tells you ILLIUM is an easy class, they're dumb. I'm telling you right now, it's not. Like, a lot of ILLIUMs will play with a lot lower FD than they actually can. And I'm very serious when I say this.
Okay.
So the off burst is, what's the highest tier you can have for off burst in your rating system? SS?
I mean, I would say like S is the top tier.
S. It is S tiers. It's probably it's the best off burst in the game. And so besides just keeping track of my crystal spirits, there's a very unique interaction that occurs with crystal spirits on large targets here, which are basically mostly bosses. So here. So I'm gonna get into a bit of numbers here, but when I throw this javelin here, right, and it bounces and ricochets, it'll only hit 3 times. And if I have a fake crystal out here, like here, here, and then like here, the javelin can bounce to the boss like that, right? So like this is really good for Damien, by the way. This class is incredibly good at cleaning Damien. It's incredibly good at playing safe when you need to do it. But the interaction comes when if you leave the ball on the boss and you don't move it the entire fight or the entire time, and you double drop, so you can drop 2 of these crystals at the same time, you basically just get a shadow clone, a partner, if you know what that is. And you basically just double hit, or you get a +1 extra hit on the boss. And so the rough summary is you have to keep track of like the cooldowns and everything, and then you have to also make sure that you have a timer to double drop and you not run out of this crystalline spirit and get the double hits off, which gives you extra damage, which means you also need to play in the same position where the boss is. So you don't want the boss to move around too much. You want to keep it there, and you want to keep hitting it on your crystal summons.
Okay.
Sorry, I just gave you so much information right there.
Okay.
But that is the full like kind of like off burst like setup.
Okay. Yeah, there's a lot going on there. Okay, we'll come back to it and we'll talk about it again in the later section. I need time to process What
I'm so sorry.
is happening
I'm so
there?
sorry.
No, it's okay. You're good. You're good. You're good. Okay, let's move on and talk about the class's mobility for now. Yeah, you showed it off already as like, you know, part of the selling point why this class is so cool, but let's go through it again.
Okay, so this class's mobility is the best in the game when it's in its winged form. And so when I go into my winged form, it's infinite. I can TP fast. I can do anything up, down, left, right. Do you know down FMA in Black Mage where the white balls come down?
Yes.
I can TP above that. So like I can DPM, and just TP above it, right?
Okay. Like
DPM.
Like they spawn. If you go to the top, they spawn below you.
No. Like I'm DPMing down here, and I can just like the balls will fall and I just TP like past them.
Like through them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's really, really, really good mobility. However, when it's in its like ground form, it's actually very limited in mobility. It's only got a TP, and then our fly is actually kind of slow. It's not the best.
Okay.
But the biggest issue is that when you don't keep charging consistently, you will actually fall behind in your rotation. So what I mean by that is, in a rotation, in a 3-minute rotation, it's called 4 wings. You can get 4 wings off in a 3-minute rotation.
Okay.
If you, like, let's say I have to dodge attack by going up, and I have to hold blink, and then I have to like iframe on my way down, right, and stuff like that. I actually lose uptime, and that puts me desynced. I actually lose time, and so I have to delay my burst to go before I can start it.
Yep.
And so the mobility in this class is actually below average when it's in its ground form, because I can't like afford to like do that. I have to be good enough to stay on the boss and like dodge regularly like this.
Yeah.
So I would say I don't. It's a bit of mix, right? It's got the best mobility in the game when it's in one form, and it's got very average to above average mobility in the other form.
What's the like cooldown like with your like wings and your flying and like all? I guess like some of it's on a cooldown, but the other part of it, the wings you get when you fully charge your gauge, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the like cooldown like? What's the like I guess what's the uptime of flying versus not flying?
Mm-hmm. So you're in wings about 45% of the time in a boss.
Damn. Okay.
Okay. I guess I'll give a bit more context here, because I definitely did say that I definitely should. I kind of ran over it, but so it takes about 20 to 25 seconds to fully charge your gauge here.
Okay.
It's gone down significantly with the introduction of this skill, because it helps charge the gauge a bit as well.
Okay.
But it takes 20 to 25 seconds to do that, and when you charge, you're fully ready to go. You can rip it. This skill right here, Flash Battery, I mentioned it earlier. It's a skill that instantly refills my gauge. So I just instantly refill my gauge, just like that.
What's the cooldown on that? 3 minutes?
It's 3 minutes, but this can CD skip.
Okay.
So
that's sick.
Sometimes I can I've gone before where I've gone like 7 wing streaks, where it's like I'll like here, and it's like, oh, my wings are over, and then it'll like CD skip again. I just go back up.
Yep.
CD skip again, go back up. CD skip again, go back up.
Okay.
And so it's about averages to 45% of the time.
Okay.
In a boss.
Okay, and then your like normal fly that you can do for like a really short period of time. That what's the cooldown on that?
Nothing.
Oh.
I just have to touch the ground first.
Oh, that's pretty sick, actually. Then, that is pretty good.
You can also air charge. Thank you, Cozy, for saying that. You can also air charge. So in the air, you can also charge as well. But it's also more limited use case.
Okay, and then when you're charging in the air, it like stalls you for a couple seconds.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
It does.
Okay, I mean the mobility is pretty good overall. Having that fly on no cooldown is, I don't know. That's kind of insane. I know it's a short fly, but that's a lot of free movement, especially for like a newer player. Trying to figure stuff out and dodge stuff, and that would have saved me so many times if I could have just flown past shit, bro.
Yeah,
when I was learning fights, damn.
So like imagine Dark Now, right? He's like beating you up in like a fight. You can just up jump, fly across, and just blink away from him.
Yeah, exactly.
If you absolutely need to.
Actually just fly around like crazy.
Oh, good mention as well. By the way, when I'm flying and in wings form, I can't get pushed, period. So I'm like here, I can't get pushed.
Oh, so when Darknell does his big sword swing that always happens to clip me and send me flying backwards when I'm in the air, it wouldn't.
Yeah, do you know in Lotus, Lotus, when he does like his kind of smog cloud attack in P2, it'll mark you and then throw you away.
Yeah.
I can just up jump hold this when it's about to throw me, and it won't throw me.
Oh, that's kind of sick, actually. Yeah,
like up jump, air charge, and then it won't throw me.
That's probably useful in a lot of things. What about, okay, this is stupid, but what about in Black Mage with the kick? If you fly, if you hold that during the kick, you still get the the curse, but
yeah, you don't get you get cursed, but you just sit here.
Yeah, it's actually like kind of helpful, low key.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I like that a lot. So what would you rank this class's mobility overall then?
I would rank it. I would rank it about S tier, actually. I would still rank it S tier, but simply because of how many tools you have at your disposal.
Yeah.
As well as just how good the it's on I implore you to try out ILLIUM, try out your wings phase, and just realize that you learned a boss for no reason.
Yeah.
You just sit above him and just fly around. And
how
dodge
long?
Everything.
How long do your wings last?
20 seconds.
20
and 30
seconds.
seconds with my origin.
And then you said it takes 25 seconds to recharge, assuming that you don't cooldown skip the insta charge skill.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wild, bro. That's actually wild. That's so much time flying.
Yeah, so remember Saren? She's helpless. She just can't do anything, right? I just sit above her. She can do nothing.
Yeah, that's kind of sick. I like that a lot. All right, well, I think I probably have to agree. The mobility seems insane. Obviously, I don't play it, but that seems absolutely wild. Okay, let's talk about the class's survivability. So specifically what I mean, obviously you already showed the iframe, but you can talk about that again. Specifically what I mean with survivability is the ability to just stand in bad stuff. Your character just remains in attacks and either heals up or shields it before you get hit, or iframes it, or maybe you have a door or something. What do you have available in the kit there?
So just to fully understand your question, survivability means ability to tank attacks, not dodge them, correct?
Correct, yes.
I would actually rate ILLIUM survivability quite low.
Okay.
It has, on paper, 3 iframes. It's got my Longinus zone, which is this skill right here. I can TP during the Longinus zone.
Okay.
It's got E form. All mages have this.
Yep.
And it's got my 3-minute iframe here.
Yep.
But besides that, it can't really tank any attacks.
How long? The first iframe that you showed, how long is that iframe, and what's the cooldown on it?
The one I can teleport during?
Yeah.
It's about 120 seconds here, and it's about 2 seconds or so.
Okay.
1.5 to 2 seconds.
Yeah. So it's good, but it's not great.
No, it's good, but it's not great.
Okay.
So it's a good panic button if you absolutely need it.
Yeah.
But the issue is that it stops your charging, and also you want to keep charging during that time.
Yeah.
So I'd actually rate its durability quite low.
Yeah.
Because I have no doors, I have no damage reductions, I have no shields.
Yeah.
My heal is a if you see this kind of string that bounces right now, it's a 10% heal every 1 second for 12 seconds or so.
Yeah.
And so it's not an instant heal, I can just tank hits. No, it's if I'm playing smart and I tank something and I don't get hit again, I can heal back to full.
Yeah.
So I would rate this class survivability honestly B tier. No, I'd probably B tier because it has an on-rated.
I think that's pretty fair. I'd say that's pretty average. It's not bad. It's definitely not bad survivability. There's so many classes that are way worse from what I've seen so far.
Yeah.
But it's also not insane. Your iframes are very, very, very long cooldowns, and then you have E form, which is just all mages.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think that's totally fair. And that's it, right? So there's nothing else we're missing there. It's those.
No.
I guess three iframes are almost iframes, and then the little bit of healing that you can get if you choose to.
Yeah, and then I guess you can have I guess Jenny, but everyone has that.
Yeah, totally fair. Okay. Yeah, we'll leave that as B. I would say that is pretty average overall.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I've had a little bit time to process, but let's go back and talk about the class's rotation again. So, okay, let's start with your cooldowns. Okay. So we know you have the gauge fills up, you get your wings, but let's talk specifically about the cooldowns, the things that you can press to whatever, actively get your wings instantly or whatever else your cooldowns do.
Okay, so let me break it down into this. Is that there are 3 skills that are a 3-minute cooldown.
Okay.
And then there is 3 skills that are a 2-minute cooldown. And so the 2-minute cooldown here is on my Giga Burst right here. It's just Conversion, Divine, and Grandest Goddess Blessing. These are my 2-minute cooldowns, and my entire burst is based around these. Like, if I'm playing 2-minute ILLIUM, it's based around this.
Okay, all 3 of those are just like damage increases, just like flat damage increase?
They're just generic damage buffs.
Okay.
This gives me a lot of damage, like a lot of damage.
Okay.
And then my 3 minutes are the Crystal Ignition, which is like my laser.
Yep.
My 10-second iframe, and then this like Templar Knight, which is just a giant summon, but it does like no damage right now.
Okay.
Because it can also miss, so that's kind of bad.
Okay.
So it does like 3% on a stationary target, and if the boss moves at all, it just misses. So it's like it's negligible.
Yep.
So talking more about rotation here, the second bit is the Crystalline Spirits, and so remember when I mentioned that if you pop a Crystalline Spirit, and you go into wings, it'll consume the Crystalline Spirit and give you 50 boss damage.
Yes.
Okay. So it does that, and you have to make sure that before I go into every wings, I have 2 of these on the board before I go into wings. Otherwise, I lose 100 boss damage for like no reason. Right.
When you go into wings, it automatically consumes what you have out.
Automatically consumes it.
Okay.
Automatically consumes it. And so, like, let's say I'm charging here, right? And I have 13 seconds left. 12, 11, 10, 9. Okay, I'm going to pop my buff now. I'll pop another one, right? So it covers up the old one.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's taken or not. And then I go into wings here and it consumes both of them. And I get the double buff for this. And it lasts for 30 seconds.
So when you use the second orb, the timer restarts on your actual buff. But the first orb's timer is still ticking down behind, like secretly.
Yeah.
And and you have no actual visual on how long that I guess first orb is still gonna last.
Yes. So you have to be mentally aware of like if it's still there.
Okay.
Right. Because like if you miss time it by like a second, you're just like off by like 50 boss damage for like no reason.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the other advantage is that when you're charging, I mentioned earlier fast and slow charging. So fast charging is when I'm like weaving. So I'm just like spamming my it's more mashing, but I mash Jav and Orb together and I'm just throwing them out as fast as possible.
Okay.
Slow charging is when you like say I need 30 seconds before I like go into burst on a boss.
Yep.
And so because I'm slow charging here, I will just only hold my javelin and use my orb specifically for reactions, which is this thing right here, reaction domination.
Yep.
So I will slow charge, and that will give me more damage net overall. And the other advantage of slow charging, or just in general, of being aware of Crystalline Spirits, is that if I hold them, so if I put the ball here, right? I guess I can just do a BA here. So hold on, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I just do a BA here, right? And I throw Javelin here. So you can see the Javelin that hits 18 times, right?
Yep.
So now, if I put down 2 Crystalline Spirits and it's on the boss directly, start the BA, and I throw my Javelin again, you can see it hits 24 times, right? Not 18 times.
Okay.
And so if you think about it, that's +1 extra hit on the boss. It's substantial. It's basically I just gained a shadow partner that can throw like another thing, basically, on it. And then those crystals are also creating my fake reactions, which are just, these skills as well. So doubling up on all of that as well. And so doing the off-burst and rotation on ILLIUM is being very acutely aware of when I can double crystal, when I can like set up my crystals for the boss, when I can set up like just a single crystal. And so it's like a very complicated thing to get into. And a lot of ILLIUMs, you don't need to technically do this because the class is so strong without it that you can afford to not do that. But the difference is like it would make the good ILLIUMs from the great ILLIUMs.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, that's totally fair. I was gonna ask about that when you were like really going into it and talking about like how much it takes to think about, all of these different things to manage, and we'll talk about that more in the difficulty section. But but for now, I think I get it. I think I get it a little bit more. So we've got 3-minute cooldowns. We've got 2-minute cooldowns. You've got your gauge management. You've got ways to increase the gauge fast, but increasing the gauge fast makes you deal less DPS. If you do the other rotation that slow increases your gauge, it's technically more DPS while you're doing it.
Yes. Okay. Slow charging will do more than fast charging. It also syncs you up a little better.
Yeah, okay. The only thing that I was going to ask You didn't cover it because I'm guessing it's because the answer is no, but the gauge charges only from hitting your main orb, right?
Yes, I have hit my main orb. So if I like up here and I place a fake crystal down and I can throw it here, it like my javelin won't charge my gauge.
Yeah,
but my
okay.
ball will always go to my ball will always go to my sorry, my ball will always go here if it's in range. Sometimes I can go out of range here, but that's like if I'm like this far away from my ball is usually a bad sign.
Yeah.
In the first place.
But like specifically in a situation where you have your orb and then also like the duplicate crystal on the boss, it's dealing more damage because it's hitting like multiple times, but it's not charging your gauge faster than if you were just hitting the main orb.
Oh, sorry. I guess I should explain this here. So if I put this here and I put this here, right?
Yep.
So they're on the boss together. This still charges me.
Yep.
It'll ricochet off. So the exact sequence is it'll bounce to this, and then it'll bounce to the boss, and then from the boss it'll try and find my orb.
Yep.
So if I put like another fake crystal here and I go like here or here, it can bounce between all three. So it hits here, bounces the boss, and then bounces up.
But doing this right here doesn't charge your gauge faster than if you were just hitting the orb, right?
Yes. It's only one hit onto the orb.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I was wondering.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah.
No. You're good. That's still a helpful explanation of what's going on. Okay. So overall, I think I'm following. I don't have any more questions. I don't know if anyone else has any specific questions about like what he's doing in his rotation here. But overall, in terms of your biased opinion, how much fun this class is, the play style, the rotation, and how engaged it keeps you while you're playing, what would you rank it?
I'd rate it S tier. I think it's you have to think about so much, and I think there's two like ends of the spectrum. You can like super min max it, like memorize your crystal timers, memorize how to double stack on the boss.
Yeah.
Like put out everything like perfect, right? Or you can also just like, I'm just gonna throw my balls out, dude. Like I just don't care, and you can put this down, and then I go into wings because I'm happy.
Yeah.
And you go into wings, and you'll still do good damage.
Yeah.
So I think it's S tier.
Okay. Yeah, this class is like, there's a lot. I mean, I knew there was kind of a lot going on and a lot to manage, but it's like actually, I guess, cooler than I expected because it's not as simple as like just like press stuff when your cooldowns are up. You know what I mean? Like there actually is some thought that goes into it. I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Next, let's move on and let's talk about the difficulty of this class. So you've already mentioned like how difficult you think it is to like hit the ceiling, right? Like to really be a great ILLIUM. But specifically what I want to know about for anyone who's watching, who's maybe thinking about playing one in the future, like with the Hyperburn, the next Hyperburn coming up, or whenever in the future, what do you think the difficulty is on a scale of like being an average ILLIUM that's doing good enough to like clear all of the content that that someone who's starting now would probably be doing on an ILLIUM, right? Like no one who's starting an ILLIUM now is going to go do like hard limbo and try to like min clear that at any time soon. So like what do you think it takes in terms of difficulty to be an average ILLIUM? And with that, what do you think are the hardest parts of learning ILLIUM to be like decent or then to go beyond decent and become like great?
Okay. So I guess I'll start with this, is that if you just want to play the class and have fun, I think this class is incredibly good to enter. It's a very good reward system. The only thing you need is you need to roll this skill, otherwise the class does feel a bit worse.
Attack speed? Okay.
You do need to roll attack speed, otherwise the class does feel like way worse.
Okay.
I did a bit more about that, is that this class is attack speed 10 reliant. It's actually the class in GMS that abuses attack speed the most, by far and away. Like by far and away.
Okay.
I mentioned that earlier that a rotation is 3 minutes and 4 wings.
Yep.
If you do not have attack speed 10, you cannot get into that 4th wing.
Okay.
Or you can. It's like super tight. Like the margins are so tight for that. It's like just not very fun to do it.
Okay.
And so you need to get attack speed. But once you have attack speed, it's pretty simple. Oh, I just attack the boss, and then if I need to, I can iframe. Oh shoot, it's a really bad situation. I can E-form, right?
Yep.
Oh, I can draw my teleporter here. Oh, Dark Know's like charging his FMA. I just teleport across the map.
Yep.
Right, and keep charging. Oh shoot, like it's like I finish charged. Oh, I don't have to care about the boss fight anymore. I just go into the wings, and then I just like sit here. I can
Okay.
just do whatever. Like I don't gain any. So you'll see this by the way. A lot of aliens will do this, the wiggle here.
Yeah.
It's for the link skill right here.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's also just fun to do that.
Yeah.
Like it's just very fun to do that. And then
if you turn left, does it still shoot while you're in wings? Does it still shoot to the boss or to your orb? Like while you're in the air?
Are you asking like if I turn or like face this way? And
yeah, like if you're facing away from the boss while you have wings, does it still shoot?
No.
Okay.
No. I just have to be facing approximately to the boss. I can be standing here.
Yeah.
And still be hitting the boss.
Yeah. Okay. Just checking.
I just have to be facing it approximately.
Okay.
Yeah, and then, but if you want to be a really good ILLIUM and you want to min-max this class,
okay,
I truly stand by the fact that I think there's only maybe 2 or 3 ILLIUMs, I'm not included in that have like truly min-max this class, Zoltan being one of them.
Okay.
That man like optimized his class for like 2 years when people like, he discovered the double drop tech, where like if you double drop, it gives you +1 hit.
Okay.
Like that man is like super optimized on ILLIUM.
Okay.
I think a few other notables, if you want, like Aaron's very good, right? Ibli's really good. I think Ehan's pretty good. Hollow's good. But I don't think they're like Zoltan tier or just Zolt tier.
Okay.
Like the FD gap Zoltan has on most other ILLIUMs compensates for the gear gap, like unbelievably so.
Okay.
So no, Smasher Daddy. No, we don't talk about Smasher Daddy. No, we don't talk about that guy.
Okay. So what's the hardest part of learning ILLIUM?
The hardest part about learning ILLIUM is charging well. It's just being aware of how to charge, being aware of there are so many things in this kit that you can do. Like there's just so much you can do. It's like almost information overwhelming.
Okay.
Like sometimes, for example, I'll put my portals down to be safe, and like I just take it accidentally, and then like I'm just dead.
Is that just you just take it if you press up on it?
Yeah, it's just a portal.
Okay.
And I can put 3 of them by the way as well, so I can put 1 here too.
Wait, how do you know which one you're going to?
It's in sequence. So this is first, this is second, this is third.
Can you take the portal while you're flying, like the one in the air?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, that's cool. Oh shit, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, so if you're talking about also just generically, if you want a rough number, a fully perfect optimized ILLIUM with like double drop maxing, CD skip maxing. Oh, I guess I'll talk a bit about this, is that when this CD skips, your entire rotation changes now. Because remember when I said it was 4 wings in 3 minutes?
Yeah.
Now suddenly you have 5 wings in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And so now you have to learn how to optimize that.
Yeah, okay.
And so one of the major parts about wings is that it's this skill right here called Hexa Vortex Wings. So it's like this really, really, really gorgeous sound here. And that's a big chunk of our damage, actually. That does a lot of our damage.
Okay.
And learning how to fit that into my buffs timer or fit that into Kant or AB, if I up or not, is also another skill.
Okay.
That's valuable. So if you want a rough number, Zoltan has said maybe 10 FD, but it's hard to quantify. It's really hard to quantify.
Okay. Okay, so
I also want to talk... Oh, sorry, go on.
No, you go ahead first.
Okay, I do want to mention this because I've seen people in the chat talk about this. This class, I'll make a note of this at the end a bit more, and I know you talk about it in the 2-minute, but this class does change a lot when the 2-minute patch comes.
Yeah, I was gonna ask at the end for that. We can talk about that at the end for sure.
Yeah.
Okay, so in terms of difficulty right now with how it is, what would you rank this on a difficulty scale in terms of like, not in terms of becoming the best ILLIUM, but in terms of like being good enough, like average?
If you want to be average, I think this class is A tier. I think it's A or B tier. It's not like the craziest class. It's not very hands intensive. I'm really just pressing 2 buttons, teleporting around, pressing my spear to weave, and then moving my ball if I need to. So it's not hands intensive.
Okay.
It's very brain intensive, but if you don't care about the brains, I think it's A to B tier, honestly, in difficulty.
Okay. So
I think it's, you still need to be, oh, sorry.
It's fairly average to be average.
Yeah, you can be average to be average, right? And then if you input it, you can go way above.
Yeah, I'll put a little asterisk and just say, like, you know, if you really want to hit the ceiling, there's a lot of stuff you got to manage, and it gets a lot harder to be an ILLIUM main, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's top 5 hardest classes to play, unironically, in difficulty, because there's still only one ILLIUM that I think plays ILLIUM perfectly.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. It's hard to be perfect for a lot of classes, but maybe not for like, but also not for a lot of classes.
Yeah. Like if I'm playing Bowmaster, like I could probably figure that class out in a bit.
Whoa,
Pretty fast.
whoa! What are you saying about Bowmasters, bro? Okay, I think that's fair. Yeah, we can leave it here, and then we'll just put a little asterisk. We'll put a note on the sheet, and we'll just say like it's harder to play perfectly, like a lot harder to play perfectly, but you don't have to be perfect to like get stuff done.
Yeah.
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 Okay, that's fair. All right, let's move on and let's talk about the support that it brings in a party. Again, some of this stuff you already went over, but maybe there's more. What else you got? I'm talking like damage buffs for your team. I'm talking iframes or any defensives or any kind of utility. Maybe like some classes have like longer binds, stuff like that.
Okay. So ILLIUM actually has, as I mentioned earlier, this 10-second iframe.
Yep.
Which I'm just gonna list all of them here. So it's got a 10-second iframe. This
Okay.
is the most valuable part of its kit.
Yep.
It lets you do a lot of cheesy things. It lets you cheese P2 calling. It lets you get every key down off. Like, let's say you're playing BM and your party's like, oh, we got a burst here, and then rolling spikes, whites all like come falling down. You just have ILLIUM press iframe. You're sitting in your roar and you're just playing with one hand, right? You just chill.
Yep.
So that's a huge bonus. But the other thing it gives is that it gives the resonance buff. So if I charge my wings here, this buff right here, which this wings thing right here. So you see this crystal above my head, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is an attack buff actually. So this gives attack.
Okay.
And every ally that's getting hit by this string right here gets a stack of this crystal.
Wait, is the string so anyone who's standing between you and the orb?
Yes.
Oh.
So you also have to be aware of where your teammates are sometimes.
Can your teammates see that if they don't have?
No, if they have opacity down to 0, they can't. I just have to like move my ball right.
So you have to know it. That's on you.
Yeah, that's on me.
More or less.
So
okay.
like in bosses like BM, let's say this is BM here, and we're all on the right side DPMing. It's pretty easy to keep track of that, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then like in Saren, right, when we're bursting in the corner, I can put my ball out like this and DPM from the side like this, swinging the Saren into the wall. It applies pretty well too.
Yeah.
But some bosses like Vihilla, where everyone's like scattering around or Dark now, it's really hard to keep it up.
Okay. And you said it stacks up to what, 10?
It goes 10 stacks, and each stack is about 65 attack.
Oh,
so
damn.
It's about
okay.
2 Legion mites. It's better than Fame buff if you want to think of it like that.
Yeah, that's kind of a lot. Damn.
And then each time it pulses, it also heals 10% to everyone in the party. So through Black Curse, it does not heal through Vihilla, but it heals through Black Curse. It's also the reason why ILLIUM's really comfortable playing White Aura. White Aura in Black Mage P4. It's really comfortable because it can heal. And then because of my mobility, let's say like bad pattern, I can also just teleport across while I'm still healing, right? Because each ball won't. It takes a lot of hits for the balls to kill.
Yeah.
And then it applies a 10 IAD debuff, 20 IAD debuff to the enemies, but that's generic. A lot of classes do that.
Yeah.
Your party cannot get stacks. So your party cannot get the resonance while in wings. Just be aware. So when I go into wings here, I lose that healing factor. The healing thing.
Okay. What's the cooldown on that thing, that party buff?
The party buff? Okay, so it's based around my gauge. So when I reach 50 charge here.
Yeah.
So I'll charge here, right? So I got a big 30 jump right there.
Yep.
And then it'll go up to here, and then I reach to 60 charge. So when 60 charge happens, I get the I guess I'll show you the skill here. It's called Crystal Skill Resonance here.
Yep.
And then I can pop it, and then it'll activate.
Okay, and once you press it, it's like active for a certain amount of time?
Yeah, it's like this buff right here.
Okay.
And then it also how should I put it? So the cooldown you can say roughly is that it's a wings of 20. So after I pop it once, it doesn't let me pop it again until, it's only once per gauge charge.
Okay.
So once I pop it, I have to go into wings and then recharge back up to 60.
Okay.
To get the buff again. So you could say the cooldown's maybe after I pop it, maybe 40 seconds or so. I don't have a quantifiable number for that.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. It all just depends on how fast you're rotating.
Yeah.
So it could be as short as 40 seconds, but it could be a lot longer if like it's a new ILLIUM player. Okay, that's totally fair. And then the iframe, which is absolutely insane. 10 seconds for your entire party every 3 minutes.
Yes. there's like two things caveats to be aware of. It's like not a big deal. So, I have my own Lucent Brand charges. So when I start hitting bosses, right, I also get the charges myself passively.
Yep.
So that I have, like, you see how the crystal's glowing above my head now, and then I have this thing right here, it's maxed out fully. That gives me time on the Lucent Brand, so I have to keep attacking to maintain my iframe for 10 seconds. Otherwise, it drops down to 4 seconds.
Okay.
So it's not like the biggest thing in the world because it's a 20-second buff and it can server lag a little.
Yeah.
But if, like, let's say I'm staying dead and I revive, I lose my stacks.
Yeah.
Now suddenly my iframe, if you watch right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and it's gone.
Yeah. Okay.
So you do have to keep attacking on this class to like keep that iframe up.
Yeah.
And what? Yeah, I guess also like it's very rare, but it can bug and it just won't give you the like extra Lucent Brand stacks. I've had it happen before. It's very, very, very rare though.
Okay. Good to know.
And it's really funny in comms when you're partying with someone, you scream like it bugged.
It bugged. Don't stand in that shit for too long.
Yeah, like when I was first progging BM, I was like, we had a really bad pattern. I was like, iframed, and then it like bugged. And I was like, no, get away, and everyone just died.
Yeah. Okay. That's actually kind of funny. Everyone expects it to be 10 seconds, and then it just drops after 4. They're like, what the fuck, bro?
Yeah, they're like, yeah. So it's very rare. Yeah, you just like scream like it bugged.
Yeah.
And then like just get out.
Yeah. Okay, so give me a ranking for what you think this class belongs in for like party support.
I think it's not S tier that because like certain classes like Paladin or like let's say Bishop, Lin, right? But I think it's the best non FD buff you can possibly give in the game.
Okay.
Because it lets you always get your roar off no matter what, right? You can never mess with roar.
Yeah.
And then you can also save your Jenny for survivability or to greed more damage.
Yep.
So I think it's a solid A tier, very solid A tier.
Okay. Okay, I respect and agree with that. W, we'll take it. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about the Hexa importance on this class. So if you could, before we like give it a ranking or like really get into it, if you want to just go through your Hexa matrix and maybe talk about what your like masteries do specifically, or any extra stuff that the masteries give other than just flat damage, as well as your origin, anything that it gives other than just, you know, a big burst of damage, or like maybe even your 5th job boosters. I don't know if a lot of classes don't seem to have a lot of extra stuff on the 5th job boosters other than just flat damage increase.
Okay, so I guess I'll start with this. So ILLIUM is, I think, by metric, the strongest class. If you like, I'm assuming from Hexa Importance here. Like, let's say I have like 1T Timmy, who like farms like does dailies and then maybe does like a 30-minute coupon, right?
Okay.
And the progress you can make in this class is insurmountable, I think, compared to almost every other class. I have not played like the really crazy ones like Kana apparently or like Lin, but from what I know from ILLIUM, this class gets like an entirely new playstyle because of its masteries.
Okay.
And so I guess I'll explain that a little bit here. So the first boost we get is called Javelin. And so if I take off, I guess, my Javelin skill, I'll do this. I'll take off my Javelin skill. And you see my current Javelin here. It looks a lot different.
Yeah.
And also you see that I'm kind of missing this like the number right here.
Uh-huh.
That means I don't actually get that 30 big chunk of like boost in my Hexa or boost in my gauge when I'm charging fast, which means I actually can't enter my 4th wings during a rotation.
Okay.
So I just like miss out on like an entire wing cycle, which for reference of how powerful wings are, it upgrades my Javelin. So this Javelin goes from Radiant Javelin to Winged Javelin. I guess I am. I took the note off, that's why. But it upgrades my Javelin to Winged Javelin, which does more damage. It also makes it so that it's every 10 Javelins instead makes a Giga Javelin, and that Javelin does like way more damage, like substantially more damage.
Yeah.
And it also gives us access to our second Hexa Mastery, which is this thing called Wing Beat. Oh, I gotta put it back on. I'm sorry. I don't think I've taken this off, actually. It gives us this mastery, our second skill called Wing Beat, which is like and reactions, which gives us just this thing right here. And this thing fucking hits, by the way.
Okay.
Like you see the lines like go all the way up.
Yep.
This thing really hits, and it actually used to not be part of our like rotation actually at all. I don't even think we had it binded. Like that's how bad it was. It was just a loss of damage to have it.
Okay.
But this gives it like, I don't know the exact numbers. It's like 10x the damage, and it also just sounds glorious when you pop it.
Specifically when you get the mastery.
Yes, when you get the mastery.
Okay.
So like level 1.
Yep.
And you suddenly unlock another full wing cycle, and you unlock a skill that does like 10% of your BA, like just 10 FD, like that.
Okay.
So like the soul air to boosters from the Inkwell node, please, that they come. You could just put that on a 260 ILLIUM that has done it. Get these two, and your ILLIUM's up like 50 FD.
Okay. Okay.
It's like crazy how much damage getting 4 wings unlocks.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah.
This gives you the launchness spear boost, and then our Umbo brands. So if you see the purple crystal above the boss here.
Yep.
That's a debuff. Every time I hit the boss, the Umbo brand procs as well, and it does another bonus hit. It's not final attack, but it does just a bonus hit.
Okay.
It boosts that, and then it boosts my spear. Now this skill used to not actually be weavable, so we also had that skill unbinded. So you would never even use the skill. But now that it's mastery, we can actually weave this between our skills without losing any charge time.
Okay.
So it's a huge gain, just in that capacitance. It also helps us charge a bit faster, which is also nicer because it makes our like leeways a bit better. And then it's the damage gain on this one isn't quite as substantial, but it's just quality of life.
Yep.
Especially for like lower level bosses like Lucid, you know how the golems like land on your forehead,
or
like you're trying to like you see the green mist and you're like running for your life.
Mm-hmm.
The spear can go through all the golems, and so it will hit every golem, even when it's not masteried.
Oh,
and you can clear the path and just like run through.
Yeah. Okay.
And then the last mastery here. This is a bit less useful, but it's our summons, which are these guys right here.
Okay, and that just increases the damage of them.
Yep, that just increases the damage of them.
Does it make them look a lot cooler too?
It does. It does. Let's see.
Wait, don't take it off yet. I want to see it in the animation section.
Okay.
I was just curious. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, and then what about your 5th job skills? Does it change anything at all, or?
Oh yeah. So I guess I'll make a note of that. I apologize.
Oh, you're good.
The crystalline spirits gives you up to 50 boss damage when you disperse them, and like you go into your wings.
Yep.
In 5th job, it's only 35%. So leveling this up gives it up to 50%. Now, this is actually technically one of our last upgrades because everything besides that is actually quite low in terms of like actual usefulness.
Okay.
And then this is just damage. This is just damage. Oh, this is fucking worthless, dude. I'm just gonna be completely off. This is so worthless.
Okay.
And then this is just a buff that gives you a magic attack, and that scales up. Also, just to mention, this buff right here, you can see right here. I'm gonna attack this boss once right here. You can see the kind of the hexagons that appear.
Yep.
If you just saw those. Let's see if I pop them again here. Yeah, those right there. That's this buff right here going off.
Okay.
And so it just increases the duration of this actual gate, but not the buff, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
And then it just increases the buff amount of attack this buff gives, but it's negligible how much attack it gives.
Okay.
It's like I think it's like it's like so little that it's the last of our Hexa priority.
Okay. And then lastly, the origin. So other than just straight up a big burst of damage, does your origin do anything else?
No, our origin was actually notoriously bugged for a while.
Okay.
And I'll explain a bit about that. So the one advantage of our origin is that it gives us 10 more seconds of wings. So the wings gives us more javelin, like lets me throw more javelins. Also, the wing javelins themselves are way stronger than the ground javelins in a sense.
Yep.
But so when I go to wings here, you see 20 seconds here.
Yep.
And I pop my origin, goes to 27, right? So it adds 10 seconds.
Okay.
And then I'm throwing this, and then you can see that it's like electricity is going around my screen, right?
Uh-huh.
And then like these like little projectiles are firing.
Uh-huh.
That that's extra hits of their origin. But also when I laser here right now, it used to not proc my origin reactions. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with a 35-second BA, if you've done that before, but it used to be when you're doing Kalos, when you're first bursting, when he's groggy, you would do a 35-second BA to check if you are within like the spec for it, and my origin burst would actually do less damage than my regular burst because it was bugged, and
Yeah, okay.
the origin itself is just very weak.
Okay.
So it's like I just origin for the bind.
But
and, like,
now it's good. But now it's good. Now the origin burst is good.
It's not crazy. It's not. ILLIUM is not a 6-minute class by any means. It's not crazy. It's just nice. That's all it is.
Okay. Okay, that's fair. So overall, all of that stuff in mind, I mean, the masteries seem kind of crazy, but the rest of it seems fairly mid. The masteries alone, we'll just talk about the masteries. I mean, I guess all of it all together. What would you say the importance is for someone who wants to try an ILLIUM to commit to getting it to 6th job versus just trying it at 5th job if they really wanted to like get a feel for it?
Okay, so I would say if I'm committing ILLIUM to 6th job, and if you don't unlock 1st and 2nd masteries, you're basically playing Bowmaster without Hurricane.
Okay.
The class is just so much different with 6th job, and it only takes a level 1 in 2 skills, and the class is just it goes psychotic.
Okay.
Remember when I started this interview with saying this class used to be terrible?
Yeah.
So this channel skill right here, our channel skill with our like laser, with mana overload, it would like brick us. It lasted 10 seconds. Our iframe was 10 seconds. So you had to press these directly after each other. And if you didn't have full mana, you just couldn't even use it fully.
Okay.
But like then the quality of life changes to it. And after 6th job released, the class is just so much substantially better now. With it, I would say that Hexa Importance is S tier because masteries are the cheapest to upgrade, and they do the most amount of our damage. And origin doesn't really matter. Like these don't really matter. Like this is 10% of my BA. This isn't even on my BA page. This is like fake, and this is like kind of fake too. So if you just max these, two, you get about like 80% of the damage on ILLIUM.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. That is kind of crazy. Okay, so if I'm playing an ILLIUM, if I decide that I want to make this class, don't do it unless I'm committing a hyperburn to it.
Yes, because doing this class in Monster Park is so bad, it's crazy.
I mean, let's be real. Monster Park sucks on every single class in this game. Like that is just the worst content I've ever had to do in a video game ever. I hate that shit.
You're not wrong. Like, have you seen the Kali speedrun?
I have, but you can't do that. I just leveled a Kali on Challenger World, and that's fake. You can't do that if you're leveling in Monster Park. It's fake. Like I literally cannot Kali in Monster Park while I was leveling, while I was actually like geared adequately for those levels. I could not do that. It took so much longer. That is fake.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. But yeah, leveling this class, it's a completely different experience. Below 260, it's completely different.
Yeah, it definitely seems like it. It looks super fun once you have access to all of these extra like masteries and stuff. Once you have the extra like charging and whatever, it looks really cool. I also really like, personally, I really like, especially like as a new player, I really like classes that have like very, very low Hexa investment requirement to get like big gains out of it. So I call this one a W. A massive W. That sounds crazy. I'll take 50 FD for little to no commitment.
It's very little.
Yeah.
I remember in the start of Hyperion when I was first progging, I just got like the first level masteries, and I was just doing like twice the damage of someone else who got the level 1 masteries. And I just didn't understand why. Because like, I just boost my javelin and I'm just flying around like just destroying everything. Yeah. Super.
That's sick. Okay. Let's talk about the class's farming, specifically what it's like, I guess, first of all, before you even get Janus unlocked, but then also after with like Janus level 1, if it's like notably different.
Okay. So let me change my Janus to Orb here because I use the Rain. The Rain's just so much nicer. Oh, it's Orb. Nice. Okay. So ILLIUM has 3 ways of farming. So I just want to preface this. ILLIUM's farming is S tier. It is S tier by far and away.
Okay.
It has 3 teleporters, so I can hit any part of the map for free. I have the skill called Reactions. So that hits like every platform I can like visibly see.
Okay.
My summons here, they one-shot with the new masteries, so this kills any summons I want. And then I guess I'll go to like, what's a map that you farm?
I mean, anything in like early Grandis. So like anything in Cernium that you just
Okay,
think
we can do like
decent to show off?
royal lipsticks,
Sure.
for example. Okay. So I can put down like my portal here, put down my portal here, put down my portal here, and then I'll attack. I'll attack again, and then I'll attack again, right? And you see like the hexagons that appear.
Yep.
Hexagons that appear. Those will home in on any mobs I miss. So
okay.
each javelin will bounce to X amount of things. So I might have to like, I haven't farmed this map before, but I might have to like put like a fountain here, for example, and then I can put like farm like that, and then these hexes will just like hit anything.
Yeah. Okay.
And the advantage of that is also that if I go to this preset, which is a number of enemies hit by multi-target skills +1, that actually applies to my gate. So the gate, the hexagons right there. So it'll add one more hit.
Okay.
And then if I check my Legion one, the artifact, this one right here.
Yeah.
This also applies to it too.
Yep.
So I'm hitting every I think 5 seconds or so. I don't know the exact number. This will hit any mob I can see, and then let's say, oh, I'm not hitting mobs up here. I put a crystal down, and then now this will bounce all the way up there as well.
And then your summons are one of your summons also goes and like randomly shoots stuff too, right?
Yeah, yeah. It's just like I can like basically just teleport around and not really care too much.
Yeah.
And like I will full clear the map like always. Like
so
so
you have like really big AOE, but then you also have stuff that like cleans up stragglers.
Yeah, exactly.
And very, very easy like customizable mobility to get around to different spots of a map.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, like one of the advantages of ILLIUM has also is that like any map I find, so a lot of people farm like let's say like the TT2 or TT3 like endgame. And those are like really popular maps because they're easy to farm. ILLIUM can just farm any map with high burning. I find a map with high burning, I just sit on it.
Okay.
So it's just super nice. And then with Janus as well, it's just a no-brainer. It's like I use like over like summon on like a map.
Yeah.
So like I guess another map here. I guess I'll do.
Someone said to show the EF3 rotation.
Have you done have you seen? I don't know if I don't want to show you something you haven't seen yet.
No, you can if it's just a map, I don't care.
Okay. I don't think I've ever farmed EF3 rotation. EF3. I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't think I've ever farmed it because everyone was farming that and everyone like.
Oh, okay.
It's low burning, but I'm sure there's a rotation for it out there on the ILLIUM Discord.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
I did a lot of the maps in ILLIUM Discord for it. Also for looting, I saw that as well. When I go to my wings form, my pets follow me, right? So they like jump around, and I can just do make a lazy S, and then my pets will all auto loot like everything. I just do a lazy S here.
Yeah. Okay.
And then now everything's looted, and I can just go back down here and I just end my wings. And that's it. And then my portals are over. My portals are over, which my portals last 3 minutes. I do my recharge here. I go into my wings again, and I just do a lazy rotation again.
Yeah.
And then I put down my big guy. Oh, I have two big guys, by the way. But I put down my big guy. This guy clears all like an entire like multiple rows.
Okay.
And I just put my sevens down. So like I put one here, and I just like fly over, put one here, fly over, put one here, and then I just finish my wings and just go back. It's very, very, very lazy.
Someone said,
It's like
how does Soul Janus apply with this farm method? Like, oh, like do you run Dusk or
I just run Dusk, and it just catches stragglers. It just catches all the extra, even more stragglers, right?
Yeah.
I know some ILLIUMs are like really lazy, and they'll like sit in one position, and they'll do I guess I could do CV1 here because I've found this map before.
Okay.
They'll do like this. They'll like put like a crystal here, and then they'll move the ball over here, and they'll just bounce off that. They'll do my orb will always go to my real ball. My javelin goes to my fake ball, and I can just bounce between the two, right? And then it catches all my stragglers. Like I could literally just sit here like this with Dusk. And
oh, damn. Okay.
And then with this Mastery 3 and 4, I think this guy one-shots now. Yeah, he does. And so I can just throw my javelin like that, and then it just clears. And it's done.
I like that a lot.
And then, when my crystal runs out, I just drop down the crystal again. I fly over here. I move this right here. And then I can just turn around and just repeat it.
Yeah.
And it's just full clears.
I like that a lot. Damn, yeah, that shit's S tier. That's just a good farmer right there. That is just a well-built farmer.
Yeah, it's just farms crazy well.
Okay.
If that's how if EF2 works, then yeah, that's basically. I mean,
Yeah.
that's a lot of Illium maps. A lot of Illium maps are kind of just like that, right? You
Yeah.
can portal farm. You have like infinite, and then
It's got a lot of
imagine you have,
options.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's just infinite.
Yeah. Okay. This shit is S tier. That is good. Okay. Let's talk about the last thing, the animations of the class. So obviously
Okay.
you've been playing with your effects up most of the time, and we've been able to see a lot of the stuff. But maybe if you could just go through like one skill at a time, so they're not all overlapping, and we can kind of just like see what they look like. And then if you want to just kind of do one big burst at the end, so we can see. Let me put my sunglasses on before you do that, though.
Yeah.
So we can just see what all the animations are like.
Okay, so I will preface this. I know quite a lot of people don't like the animations somehow. I played Protoss as a kid in StarCraft, and so I just gravitated towards this class.
Yeah. Okay.
But I guess I'll start with this. So I'll throw Javelin right now. So this is Javelin.
Yep.
Let's see. We'll do that. Do Javelin here. So this is Javelin here, generically.
Mm-hmm.
And so this upgraded version of this, it looks a lot more electrical, cool.
Yep.
And when I throw Javelin onto my ball here, it creates reaction. So that's the first. So reactions are 4 seconds, by the way. So every 4 seconds, it'll pop off like that.
Yep.
And then my orb. So I guess I should have said this at the start. I apologize.
That's okay.
I have a skill called Radiant Orb here, and that's so these are my two I weave. I weave Radiant Javelin, and I weave Radiant Orb.
Yep.
And so this creates a reaction right here, which is like kind of like a big effect when we move this away here. And it creates Radiant Orb as well. Just end this here, which is this skill right here. So it's like a giant like flashbang.
Yep.
So when I'm bossing here, this flashbang, and then chill. And then spear, it's this skill right here. Is my graphics fully on right now? They are, okay. That's the spear, and it'll always go towards my ball. It'll always go towards the ball.
And it goes the javelin goes a set distance, right? No matter how far the ball is.
Yeah, so javelin will always go the set distance right here.
Yeah.
Unless it hits, like, let's say a fake crystal. Let's say it hits a fake crystal here. And then, let's say I put like another fake up here. It'll bounce up to those.
Yeah, okay.
So, like, you can, like... So, like, if you're doing Damien, for example, like, you can just make a tower and keep just smacking him.
Yeah. Okay.
Right? Like, and I'm still charging, by the way, doing this entire time.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll summon create my summons here. Do you want to see the pre?
Yeah. Let me see that. Let me see the 5th job summons, and then pull them out as 6th job again.
Okay. So 5th job summons, they. Oh wait, shoot. Oopsies. There's a second. I didn't realize. Wait, what? Oh, I boosted them twice. That's why. What? I boosted them 3 times? Oh, there they go. Okay. So this is what they look like without their 6th job. Really
okay.
My biggest gripe is I can't get this. You can get this guy as a pet. You could have gone this guy as a pet, and I'm kind of sad that I can't get him anymore. But he's really cute.
Missed
and
it?
then
GG.
yeah, and then when they form together, they make this thing called Deus, and this guy is really strong once the masters come out, and he. For all the Illiums, be aware that your Deus is correlated with your own IQ. So I'm really dumb. So my Deus doesn't hit very often. But if your Deus is really smart, it'll like fly down and start just beating the boss at like just melee range while you're like floating in the sky up here. It'll just random hands.
Okay.
And then I guess I should probably add them back in here. And then I guess I'll do my ignition here also. So ignition here, I'll go into wings at this point. So let me charge really quickly here.
Okay.
While I'm charging, I'll show you TK. So this guy right here. So that's my summon. This guy does no damage, but he looks really cool.
He looks sick.
And he does. He clears like this. This goes like from like here to like here.
Okay.
It like covers the entire bottom platform, and he'll turn around as well if there's no mobs to hit.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, and also when you go into wings, he does 3 times the damage, which is 0.
Okay.
So I go into wings here. I'm throwing here. Oh, okay. Here's my wing beat, which you saw earlier.
Yeah.
Sounds gorgeous. And then here's my ignition.
Also,
and so that's the reaction going off as well. so that's extra hits of damage as well.
Okay.
And you can fly around with that wing, fly around with that ignition. The issue is that it flies the direction you face.
Yep.
So like it shoots the direction you face. But when the 2-minute changes come, you can actually just target it in one direction and just like fly backwards with it, which is quite nice.
Okay.
And then I'll actually show you the wing beat without the boost here, just to show you what it looks like. Hold on. Here. Okay. So these are the summons, by the way, with 5th job mastery in. You can see how they kind of have like a little aura behind them.
Yep.
That's a homage to ILLIUM. ILLIUM actually has wings. Hold on, here, let me do this. So you guys can see this here. Oh, oops. Okay, there we go. So ILLIUM has wings here. That's the reason why I have those giant wings on. So if you can see right here, I've got like these kind of blue wings behind me. You can't actually remove these wings with it, like very easily. And so what you have to do is you have to do the Threads of Fate quest to get this item here, called the Wings of Fate. I have it somewhere. And you have to anvil it onto your actual cape, and then turn the effects off on this, to actually like show your wings.
What?
So if I put okay.
You can't just wait. Is there no like transparent back?
No. If you put a transparent back on it, it just covers the wings entirely. That's the only way to show your wings off. Without,
that's ridiculous. Okay.
It's the only way. So it's like that's the only. That's it.
Okay.
Hold on. I got to put my NX on. Everyone calls me ugly. I don't get in. Okay. And then when you make oops. Also, one of the jarring things for baby ILLIUMs is that there's a 30-minute pre-quest for this, and you also have to level up this fly skill. Without the levels in this thing's like this. Let me phrase that better. There's a 30-minute quest that's not related to the level up of the skill, but you need to put points into it, otherwise you can't fly up like that. It'll just like, oop, and that's it. You're like worthless.
Okay.
And then when I summon my Deus here, which is this thing here, with the new change, he's a lot bigger now.
Oh
and
yeah, he's sick.
He creates new summons. Actually, he creates satellites. I'll do that later. I'll show that later. He creates satellites on the boss, and they'll do an extra like chunk of damage onto the boss. And there's interaction with the level 250 Corsair that gives it, with the Legion block, that gives it even more damage on top of that. Like it gets like one extra spawn cycle of it off. So it just looks really cool. It's really cool in general. And then I think that's about it for all the generic skills, actually.
Wait, can you press your origin real quick? I want to see the origin animation.
Oh yeah, I can do my origin here. Do you want to do a full burst or just an origin?
I just want to see the origin.
Yeah, sure. So I go into wings here, and then.
Do you have to be in wings to origin?
No, but it's like so much of a loss of damage not to.
Okay.
And also, these crystal spears just spawn everywhere, right? And every time I throw a javelin, it creates a reaction on there. So you can see kind of down here, this reaction's going off. Mitocrystal expanse. Yeah. Right here. It creates a reaction right here. And then it creates like these little spears in the air, and they will home in on a target.
That's really cool.
It's like just a bunch of swords here, and they will fly at a target. Otherwise, they just kind of chill here.
Yeah, that's really cool.
The issue is that those don't form if you don't attack, so you have to be attacking to form them. You can't just like origin and then walk away for like 30 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, you wouldn't want to do that anyway, but...
Yeah.
Okay. Damn. Yeah, this class's animations are really cool. I was also a Protoss player, by the way, so...
Oh, okay.
So respect. Yeah, I was a Cannon Rush noob though, so you know.
Okay. I know.
Okay, give me your very biased opinion, ranking on what you think about the animations for the class.
Two things. My opinion of you has changed, knowing that you are a Cannon Rush player. I think that animations are S tier. I think if you're looking for a specific like cybernetic alien astro feel, they've nailed it on the head. Yeah. Especially with like these that's weaving here and like just the gorgeous animations. Also, this is what it looks like without the boost, by the way. See how like small the reactions are? And then like when I put the boosts on, they just go crazy. Like they're just like substantially bigger. Yeah. So yeah. I think it's S tier. I think I stand by the animations S tier. I don't know what everyone else thinks, but if you're looking for a specific feel, I think it fits it. It hits it perfectly, and I don't think another class hits the same Protoss feel.
Yeah, 100%. It's cool. I think I think the sixth job, the Hexa stuff, makes it look way cooler. Because I remember being like, yeah, this is cool while I was leveling one, but it looks like yours with all of your animations and stuff because of the masteries looks way fucking cooler.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's also really rough, a bit rougher farming without your masteries, because this reaction like doesn't actually one shot anymore. By the way, reaction doesn't one shot.
Ah, okay.
So like you have to wait for this reaction. That's like a lot better now because you can just get it right away.
Yeah.
But just before then.
Yeah.
And then oh yes, thank you in chat. The class is ping dependent. It is pay to win. You need to buy exit lag. If for all the Australians out there, Mudfish does not work. You need to buy exit lag, and you need to pass through Oregon, and it will give you FD. This class is very, very, very ping dependent. Very ping dependent.
I ain't getting exit lag unless they pay me for it.
Yeah, right. So
exit
unless
lag
you're willing to spend money.
Wait, we should have got an exit lag sponsorship for this video. Fuck.
Totally.
Wait, it's not too late. I'm gonna tell my editor to hold off on posting this one until I can get an exit lag sponsorship.
Yeah, maybe, right? I'll plug them. They definitely increase the damage on this class. Because I'll go into here. When I'm shooting my javelins out here, right? It's a hurricane skill, effectively.
Yeah.
And so, this is actually ping dependent. So, usually you get out 244 hits. That's the ideal number you're aiming for. But if you're lower ping, you can get down to like 200 hits. And that's like you're just missing 44 hits for like no reason.
Damn.
So the class is just super, super, super ping dependent.
Damn. Exit lag owns, I guess.
Yeah.
Exit lag owns. All right. Well, with that, we've covered pretty much everything that I wanted to talk about. The last thing that I'll get you to go back over, because chat was asking so much and they always ask about this. How is the class changing with the 2-minute patch?
Okay, so we got remastered entirely, which is kind of sad. A few things to be aware of. Oh, just responding to chat, by the way, about 100 ping or more, the javelins start to fall off a bit.
Okay.
So if you're an EU or something, you're only missing like 1 FD max. But if you're like in Australia or something like that, maybe you want 2 FD. I know someone in like Mongolia who's like down like 5 FD just because he can't like do anything about it. Anyways, sorry. So the 2-minute. So first things first is we get a new skill, Crystal Battery. And what happens is that our orb, so if you read here, it says Radiant Orb grants 2 charges. So if it says right here, it says 0 out of 50, I throw my ball, it's 2 out of 50. 4 out of 50. When the new changes comes, this actually drops down to 0. So this doesn't do anything anymore. And so now I'm just throwing my javelin here.
Mm-hmm.
But my javelin doesn't do anything either. It doesn't even charge either. So all your charge is actually passive now. So you can literally just sit in the corner and the battery will charge for you. So the class difficulty goes from like, you know, on average like A tier, B tier to like nothing. I can like sit in the corner here and like up jump, fly, blink, teleport across the map, up jump, fly, blink, teleport across the map, wait for my wings, and then just go, wait for it to charge automatically, and then it'll just charge itself. So you don't have to worry about it at all. And then my spear now gives, this will give 15 charge. So, it basically just like, you like throw your javelin, you throw your orb off cooldown for reaction damage, and you just throw your javelin, and then you throw your spear off cooldown, and that's it. And then when you go into wings, it's just wait, it's the same thing. So you lose all the skill expression of like on the ground. It becomes incredibly easy. It does incredible amounts of damage. Like they like double the damage on like these guys. And they made it 2-minute as well, so that everything syncs up together. And so the class is just like infinitely easier. And then remember when I like
so it's easier and it's like a lot maybe stronger for like the average player.
Yeah, so it's actually stronger for the average player and the top end players by a bit. So you can say that the increase in damage, I don't have the exact numbers, between an average player and like a top end player now is maybe 10 to 15 FD.
Okay.
That is completely removed when the 2-minute patch comes, because this right here also loses its charges. It also loses its boss damage when it gets dissipated. So you don't have to track this anymore. You don't have to track this buff anymore. You don't have to track charging anymore. You don't have to track your spear cooldown or anything like that anymore. So you can just sit in the corner, throw your javelin, throw your spear, and go into wings. So the class goes from like a B, A tier, like really cerebral, really high thinking, to I can literally just not play the game, and it'll just be more damage as well. Yeah.
Okay.
2-minute balance patch is like 15 FD, yeah. So like the lower end Illiums will gain like 35 FD, and the upper end Illiums gain like 15 FD.
Yes, ILLIUM noobs, let's go, rise up!
Like you can just do nothing and just play the game. Like,
let's go!
Imagine you just sit in the corner, like Jorkin, right? And it's like, oh, I go into wings. All right, time to go wings. And then deal all your damage, and then sit in the corner, back to Jorkin, and just do it again.
I don't know, bro. That sounds lit. Is that why? That's probably why everyone's rolling ILLIUM now, I guess. Because
yes,
they're just prepping for the 2-minute change.
Yes. So remember when I showed you the H Saren or the Saren start?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like imagine doing that, but you don't even have to focus on charging. You just
Yep.
sit there and wait. You can just hold duck in the corner.
Yep.
So yeah, the class is absolutely like completely changed in the 2-minute patch. It actually becomes the best class in the game as well in the 2-minute patch.
And
As
incredibly
it has
noob friendly.
incredibly noob friendly. It's also got the highest efficiency on a boss. So it means it can keep the most uptime on any boss in the game in that patch.
That's sick. That's sick. So 2-minute patch ILLIUM is way up. If you guys are watching this after the 2-minute patch comes out, ignore everything we said about difficulty and make an ILLIUM. This shit is gonna be crazy.
Yeah, you can think of it like I can do 2 Bowmasters worth of damage without having to try.
Will the ping reliance, I guess, because you don't have to worry about charging, will the ping reliance still be like big, or will it be a lot less with the 2-minute change?
The ping. Okay, so the ping reliance is entirely based around when I go into my winged form here.
Okay.
So when I go to my winged form, this is now this. If you can see this right here, it's
Yeah.
like you can see my right. So it's actually a cooldown skill somehow, and that's ping reliant.
So that will stay. So that will stay the same.
So that will be ping reliant. Whereas this right here, this weaving bit right here,
Yeah.
this is not ping reliant at all because you can just input javelin and orb as fast as possible, and it'll queue itself up.
Okay.
So this is not ping reliant. So this will not change, like in terms of ping, and then the winged form will still be ping reliant.
Yeah.
So you still need to buy exit lag for this class. Why can't you go over why we don't care about the gauge anymore? The gauge autofills. So it used to be that for the gauge, crystal battery, it's the javelin grants 1 charge and the orb grants 2 charge. Now it's it passively grants 5 charge a second, and nothing adds charge except for spear, which I can do every like 10 seconds. So I just press spear, and it charges me up, and that's it. And I just like run away.
Yeah. Damn. Okay. That's sick, bro. I'm pumped. I'm actually pumped. I might deadass make an ILLIUM. I probably will wait until after the 2-minute change because I'm a noob and I just want to play the noob version. I don't want to play the hard version or the harder version. But that actually sounds sick.
Yeah, it's really friendly after that. The joke is that we follow. Oh, sorry, go on.
I was gonna say, do you run a cooldown hat or no for this class?
Oh, no, we don't. Okay. So the cooldown hat, it's a 2-minute class. So it's technically better to always run a -2, but something like a -4, for example, does not actually benefit us because we have a hyper skill, conveniently enough, called Spear Cutter, cooldown cutter, which drops your cooldown low enough that CD hat is not relevant anymore.
Okay, nice.
Oh, also I'll show the hypers off really quickly. So you upgrade all your javelins, and then you upgrade this, and you do Deus extra 1 strike. A lot of information's outdated right now for this, so just keep in mind this is what the correct setup is.
Okay, dope. Hell yeah. Okay, before we let him go, does anyone have any last questions for our ILLIUM professional?
The ball mechanics are the same after the 4 wings in a 3-minute demonstration. I don't know if Strider wants me to stay here for 3 minutes just charging and whacking a dummy. I can though. But the ball mechanics are the exact same, so the reactions still go off the same. You can still hit your ball. The issue is that you don't have 2 crystals anymore. You only have 1. So you can't get the double hit off, but this still works. So if you want, you can still bounce the ball up if you need to. So like if I go to like Damien, for example, you want to see a Culver? I can do a Culver as well if you really want. I don't know if people care for that.
Yeah, specific stuff like that, I don't really want to include in this. If you guys have any I don't really want to just like have someone playing the Yeah. included in a lot of this stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna say no to those questions.
Yeah, I'm not interested in like buffing up as well and setting up, because I also have to like do like a rotation for it. Otherwise, my guild will flame me.
Yeah.
So
I'm like 100% sure that either you or one of the many other like very good ILLIUMs either already has stuff like that, probably on YouTube, or would be down to post stuff like that for anyone who's
I can, like,
curious.
So like here's Dave, okay, right? I can just bounce the ball up to him, right?
Yeah.
And it'll just bounce up like that. So you can still do that after the changes.
Yeah. Okay. That's sick.
Do your Culver? Yeah, I will.
All right. Well, I think we're good for now then, brother.
All right. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you for taking the time. You're an absolute fucking champion for, I know you had chat open. You're an absolute fucking champion for putting up with, I don't know what the fuck was going on at the beginning of this interview, but every time I glanced over, there was someone was calling for you to get banned or was talking shit or something, and you just kept rolling with it. So you're a huge W, and honestly, I think you know so much about the class, probably a lot more than a lot of the people who were running their mouth or whatever. So yeah, thank you. As a special thank you, can you send me a link to your PayPal, because I want to buy you a new microphone.
Okay. Oh my god.
Dude, like, this is crazy. You're literally on your phone, and I can hear myself echo. I'm buying you a new microphone, bro. Like, you're not entering Discord on your phone ever again. This is crazy.
Bro, can I DM you a picture of my setup, dude?
Sure, yes.
I'm like, I kid you not, like, I'm a broke college kid, dude. I'm doing my best out here, man.
Send me a link to your PayPal, and I will send you money for a new microphone. This is insane.
I'm so sorry.
No, you're good, bro. Don't worry. We've all been there. It's good. It's all right. You're chilling.
I asked like 4 people, like, is it that bad? And they're like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's not that bad. Like it definitely didn't like ruin the interview or anything. You're good, but like for when you're progging bosses and shit, like let me just get you a new microphone.
Bro, my party told me to mute. Like they're like, bro, just go talk. Okay. I'll
Yes.
I appreciate that, though.
Yeah, absolutely, bro. Just like you put up with a lot of shit in the chat today, and you were super helpful. Massive W. You gave up a ton of your time, and yeah, so it's the least I can do.
All right, thank you so much. But yeah, if you have any questions, please don't be afraid to ask me. I can help you with Culver.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely.
I made the Google Docs for ILLIUM Discord. Same with Ibli. I work together with him very closely, so I know a lot about this class, and I'm very happy to help and spread my knowledge.
Yeah, absolutely. I know a lot of people who've been picking up ILLIUM. Like I said, it's like probably one of the most re-rolled classes right now. So if anyone's asking me questions that I can't answer, I'm either gonna send them to you or just relay their question one way or another.
All right, thank you.
All right, brother, I will let you go. Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate every second that you just put into that. Dude, did you see what somebody said at one point during that interview? They said, I feel like I'm watching this interview at 3 times speed.
Okay. So I'm so sorry about that. I just want to say that because you told me you only had an hour to do this, so I kid you not, I prepped a script for the off-first rotation because I just needed to get it out there because there's like so much stuff to like get out.
Yeah, no, you're good, bro. You're good. I appreciate you prepping as well and like respecting that I didn't want to like tell you that I'm down to give you 2 hours because everyone has been going over the amount of time that I want. So I knew it was going to go over one way or another. I just like to tell people like, oh, I'm trying to aim for an hour because like if I tell people 2 hours, then it's going to end up as 3, you know? So yeah. Especially with all the like questions and all the extra stuff, like all of my questions and all the questions from chat and whatever it is. So, yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for preparing. Thank you for putting up with all of it, me and chat.
Now, watching you guys prog has been absolutely a joy to watch. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah. Thank you for coming, bro. We'll talk soon.
All right, appreciate it. Have a good one.
Yeah, you too. Later, man. Dude joined my Discord on 2 random on his main account and then on some other random ass account that he's like, Like, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? Look, for anyone who's watching this or was watching at the beginning of the interview and saw all of the messages that were going on in chat about, like, this guy's overcomplicating it, this class is way more simple than he's making it sound, he's tweaking, he's going at 3x. You heard him. He prepped like crazy because I told him I wanted to keep it close to an hour, which obviously we went way over, but it's all good because all of them have been going way over. He read your messages and it did not stop him from continuing. I know a lot of people that would have gotten their head and it would have gotten their head and it would have stopped them from what they were saying. And then also, even though you might be right, maybe he was overcomplicating what it's going to become. He's an ILLIUM main, and I asked for people who know the class in depth. Let's be real. We didn't want another Pathfinder incident. Would you rather someone give you more information or no information? Anyway, that guy is a massive W. He hit me up. You know what's funny? He hit me up in Discord a few nights ago, and he was like, hey, I'm down to do the ILLIUM thing. Like, he gave me a whole bunch of credentials. And the first message I sent him, I was like, bro, why are you the one name that I saw someone in chat say to not interview for the ILLIUM today? Because my chat straight up was like, someone in chat was like, I don't care who you get for ILLIUM as long as it's not MYOPIC. And then, like, that night I got a message from a guy named MYOPIC, and I was like, what's the story here? What's the story here? Anyway, I think we picked the right guy. He's he studied. He obviously knows what we need a person to know about the class to go over it. And I'm not gonna lie, he super sold me on it. Like, the class actually looks way cooler than I gave it credit for. Dead ass, I'm sold. Like, if I could right now, if I could swipe for a hyperburn, I would straight up go into the shop, I would buy a hyperburn, and I would start hyperburning an ILLIUM right now because it actually looks really fun. But obviously, like, it looks fun at 260. Yeah. Anyway, if you guys were watching this to help you decide what class to hyperburn and you end up hyperburning an ILLIUM because he sold you, let us know. We're going to send him some more W's. But otherwise, I hope you learned a lot. I sure did. And as always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit me up if you or a friend are the professional of a class that I have not covered yet. Because I still have a lot of classes to cover and I don't have everybody signed up for every single class. If you want to participate in the live votes on the community rankings, come by my stream. I don't bite. Our stream is really fun. It's super chill. You don't have to just watch the videos on YouTube. I like when you guys watch the videos on YouTube, but you don't just have, you could come over here as well. Twitch is a fun place. At least our Twitch is. Anyway, I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.